Beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, the first week of October. Forget elimination. Las Vegas can clinch a playoff spot tonight. They'll try and do so at the expense of Orange County. And tonight's broadcast is presented by LiUNA 872 Laborers Union. Joined by Ricky Lopez, Aspen, Mike Watts on hand. And Las Vegas is firing on all cylinders going into the final month of the year, Ricky.
I think you have to look at this Las Vegas light side and the ability to be flexible in the way that they approach games, whether it's 4 in the back, whether it's 3 in the backs, creating overload essentially, but also having the freedom to express themselves higher up the field. This side is confident, they're composed in front of net, and they're full of confidence on the back end of this season.
Just a year ago, it was Charleston, the darling, plus 34 year over year. That set a league record. Las Vegas is plus 27, Ricky.
I think you have to give so much credit to Dennis Sanchez, the ability to press all the right buttons to get the reaction, and not only of the individual, but the collective. He's done a fantastic job in terms of understanding what the players have the ability to do and getting the best results from this Las Vegas light side.
And he's allowed Corey Bennett to express himself in a unique way throughout this season.
His movement on and off the ball has been lights out, what we've seen throughout this 2024 campaign. The ability to play off individual strikers off the shoulders, but also his link-up play. He's confident, he's composed, and he's a ruthless finisher. The question tonight for Las Vegas Lights, what does the service look like into Corey Bennett, and how confident can he be in the attacking 18-yard box?
We're talking about Marcanic and Harris in the East. We should be talking more about Bennett in the West. Meanwhile, think about Danny Stone. He was the assistant coach for Phoenix Rising when they lifted the trophy last year. Juan Guerra leaves. Ingo Stone is the head coach, but he's relieved of his duties. Eventually, Orange County brings him in as an assistant coach. Just 2 weeks later, he's the interim coach. And for the first time, a coach relieved of his duties mid-season goes on to beat his former club.
We had the ability to speak with him ahead of this match as well, and he said, look, it was business as usual. I do think Danny Stone has to lean on the experience. Look at Ethan Zubak, a player that has scored goals at every single stop of his career. His work rate on and off the ball, you want him to stay high. You want him to occupy the center backs. He needs to be really good for Orange County here tonight.
He's finding his form, 8 goals in 29 appearances this year. Las Vegas can finally get over the hump. These are not your daddy's Las Vegas Lights. Orange County, Las Vegas Lights, coming your way next.
Hey, bud. This doing nothing all day isn't good.
You should be out making friends.
Lots of friends.
Why? Huh? Because I'm not enough? By myself? Because you would love me more if I was always bringing over new money friends?
Yes.
It's called earning dividends, dear.
Get your money working with amazing certificate rates now at AmericaFirst.com. Desert Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
Mi raza bonita. Desde 1991 hemos compartido nuestras tradiciones mexicanas. Desde muy temprano, nuestros panaderos empiezan a elaborar los bolillos y el pan dulce. Y las tortillas todos los días salen calientitas. Le digo algo, mi raza bonita, lo que está hecho en La Bonita, está hecho en Las Vegas.
Tonight's match is presented by LiUNA, Feel the Power, by Great Clips, and by America First Credit Union. Winning in tonight for Las Vegas Lights, LiUNA presents the starting lineups, and will Orange County feel the power?
4-4-2 formation for Dennis Sanchez. Valentin Noel has the license to go and search the game. Corey Bennett, you want him to stay high. You want him to make these runs off the shoulder. And then you have Jabang and Ngandu. How good can they be at slowing this game down and playing at their tempo that Dennis Sanchez wants to play at?
Conversely, for Orange County, they've made some changes to this group.
I think you look at fluidity, right? You have Dogman on this left-hand side, Owen Lamb on the right-hand side. Their work rate on both sides of the ball, but it comes down to that middle four. How good can they be on the ball? How good can they be off the ball at clogging passing lanes? Because you look at this Orange County side, they were fantastic last time out against Phoenix Rising. I expect them to do a lot of the same here tonight on the road.
The starting lineups presented by Liuna 872 Laborers Union. The lights take the field. The crowds have grown and swelled in excitement throughout this year, and this may finally be the day of reckoning. Years and years of struggles for the lights, and this year they've put it all together. It's brought the fans back. Meanwhile, Orange County going through a strugglesome campaign, and yet they are right at the line. A win over Orange County tonight would do the job for this Las Vegas team that's been the darling of the season. You can see the excitement in the lights as they make their way into formation. Tonight's kickoff is brought to you by America First Credit Union. And Corey Bennett, tied for the leading goal scorer in the Western Conference, will do the honors on this night. Game on in Las Vegas alongside the strip at Cashman Field. Bennett gets the first touch. Las Vegas and Orange County matching up to conclude Saturday night in week 31 of the USL Championship. Well, Ricky, we've talked a lot throughout this season about what is largely a pretty young Las Vegas team. They've got some veterans along the way that have done big things. But for the vast majority, tonight represents a great opportunity to make the postseason as a professional for the first time. And yet you have to find a way to wrap up those emotions and recognize you haven't done anything yet.
I do think the message for Dennis Sanchez is we have to play the game. You cannot play the occasion, what might come after this 90 minutes for that Las Vegas light side. But problem that hand right here, not even a minute in, Sean Smart goes down a bit awkwardly. He's been a fantastic addition for Dennis Sanchez as we take a look at the Las Vegas Lights head coach.
Already the winningest coach in club history. This club has had a lackluster history in terms of actually building through a number of seasons. And since this incoming ownership group arrived in preseason, Dennis Sanchez has done the absolute unthinkable. We mentioned pregame, Charleston had a bigger turnaround year over year just last season, but they had made the playoffs in 11 of the 13 previous years. So it's really not apples to apples at all.
And you take into account as well that Dennis Sanchez was appointed late into the offseason, only had a month to get this team together. And what he's been able to do has been remarkable. Players understanding their roles within, and also the way that they've approached games, the ability to show different looks, to deal with adversity. It's been a fantastic season thus far for the Las Vegas Lights.
A lot of talk about having to regain trust amongst the community in Las Vegas. This has become a bit of a show pony over the last couple of years. Those days are gone. Whether they get the job done tonight or it strings out for another week or two, Las Vegas appears to be in tremendous shape to reach the postseason. Tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by Silver State Schools Credit Union. For Las Vegas to get this over the line, get where they want to go, they need to dictate the tempo of the game.
You're dictating tempo. You're taking the game away from Orange County. You're getting a lot of the balls. You're creating overloads, especially on wide parts of the field. And for Orange County, you had the ability to speak with Danny Stone, and he was very pleased with how compact they were defensively. So a team that wants to be possession-based, that's fine. They can have the ball around you, but never through you. So the structure for the visiting side, top priority.
All the way back to Rosa Reyna. He doesn't have that much experience per se, but he has started a championship final. This is Ngandu. driving toward the end line, shortens up his strides. That deflected en route and pops out toward Powers, and now Kasipli leads Orange County into the counter. But Lamb has it stripped away by Bennett. Tough tackle from Owen Lamb, who walks away with a real strut.
Fantastic action to start. Now, Asante pulls out Dogman, but this touch is fantastic for Dylan Powers. He goes down, but Ngandu, you need to take your touch more, essentially. But as you continue towards the sideline, now you cut down the angle. A player of his quality should be ending that action with a shot on target and asking questions of Shuttler.
Vegas, one loss in their last 18 games. In from Nigro. Hafferty. Here's Hafferty again. 15 years ago, he got picked the Washington State ODP team by none other than Dennis Sanchez, now his pro head coach. Smart, muscled off by Haggard. Haggard flicking through, that's a brilliant ball. Dunbar! And Zubak trailing off the left-hand flank. And that's how quick Orange County can get after you.
Let's talk about the movement of Chris Haggard. As he wins this ball, he continues to get into that soft spot. Fantastic ball, even better touch from Cameron Dunbar. Not to break stride whatsoever, get the ball out of his body. Just pulls it a bit wide, but transitional moments for Danny Stoneside are going to be really important for their success here, especially on the road.
Orange County struggles on the road. 7 of their 10 wins have come on home ground. They're actually an above 500 club this year at OC Great Park. Meanwhile, Las Vegas only 3 defeats in 15 home games. Only 1 home game after this. It'll be the Roots in 2 weeks, coming in from Oakland. Haggard. Dunbar. Haggard contemplates, sought Zubak. Cleared by Asante, still work to be done. Partita. Up for Zubak. Knocked it down at the spot. Last ditch defending. Chopped at by Gartig, the 21-year-old Danish player, and Smart down a second time. Got toppled into by Ashish Chata.
Good idea here from Ethan Zubak, just to put into the path of Chata to run onto it. Last ditch defending effort from Gartig. Sean Smart, yet again, really physical altercation to start this game for the right-sided right back for Las Vegas Lights.
It's hard to pick just one MVP of this Las Vegas squad. They caught fire in part because Bennett did, but Smart, you could argue, has been one of the top outside backs in the league, entirely unheralded coming into the year. You can go down the list and it feels like it's been a different player most every night.
It's been so impressive. Each player has stepped up in their own right. I mean, you look at essentially as well, Jabang, now he's a single pivot, so that affords Ngandu the ability to push higher. Valentino Well has came into his own right, a player that Dennis Sanchez fell in love with at Austin FC2. List goes on and on. Every single player playing at the top of their quality.
Pressure from Zubak, this well worked through Jabang. Ngandu, strength on the touchline. Solomon Asante, the former MVP. Hacked by Chata. Free kick, Las Vegas.
8 minutes in, and Ngandu, he's popped onto this right-hand side twice now to create a little bit of an overload. So what that does, that pulls out Seth Kasipli and opens up a space centrally. Asante recognizes that, forces the issue, and draws a foul.
There's Danny Stone, named the interim head coach. Paul Hardiman, relieved of his duties. And Morton Carlson had this team in the top 4 before he left to go back to his home country and lead Lyngby. Ultimately, they moved him for a transfer fee, chance for him to go home, to go back to Europe, proving that the pipeline to Europe doesn't just include players in Orange County. A jagged run. Now Asante hangs this up. Bennett was waiting. Scooped up far side. Pinzon driving. Ran out of room. Now the whistle. And look, I don't envy Danny Stone's position in this, right? You lose one head coach, you go to Paul Hardiman, who was really loved, I think, by the guys in the room. Ultimately, it wasn't working at that point in time. Stone had only just arrived a couple weeks prior after being let go, perhaps hastily, in Phoenix. And he's thrust back into a head coaching role in short order and asked to turn the spigot off.
He's actually only had one training session before his first match, which was against the Las Vegas Lights. They dropped that contest 3-2. It's a little bit of a revenge factor here.
Marcus Knockham own goal, 87th minute, sealed the win for Las Vegas. And a corner to come for Danny Stone's men. Well, there was a bit of a revenge factor, right? Orange County beating Phoenix. Both these teams' last game was actually against Phoenix Rising. Both victories. Phoenix fell again on Friday last night to Monterey Bay, so their free fall continues. Sipley corner. Sipley, thrown away by Jabang. Powers in for Zubac, offside. Rosarena ensures, like any good rim protector, that doesn't go in. But we take a look at tonight's injury report. It's brought to you by Desert Radiology, Las Vegas. A lengthy list for sure. Meanwhile, Orange County without Brian Olosky for the rest of the season, but they're notably without Kyle Scott, Christian Sorto, and Thomas Among tonight. You could argue that's their most important midfielder, one of their most important attacking midfield options off the bench, and a player who's consistently started in the 9. To be fair, that's an underrated part of this season for Orange County too. Every time they feel like they're starting to get a little bit of grip on the road, they get another injury or another setback.
Really hard to string results in consistency if the players on the field as well or continue to change different starting 11 after different starting 11. But yet you look at the talent that Danny Stone has at his disposal. Every single player capable of producing at a very high level.
We'll have to do so tonight. Pumping the brakes, Nigro. Hammers the switch, Asante. Smart. Las Vegas, should they finish with this 0-0 game, move to second in the Western Conference. Unbelievable, truly. New Mexico has wrapped up the one out west. Meanwhile, Louisville earlier tonight, by virtue of a draw against Indy, combined with a draw from Charleston against Detroit, Latched onto the #1 overall seed and the Players' Shield in 2024. Their 10th season, 9 conference finals, 2 titles, 4 Eastern Conference playoff crowns. That is the first time they've won the Players' Shield. Held up by Gartig. No Clementa, Xiao, Howell. Key missing pieces tonight for Las Vegas.
And expect to see a lot of this throughout this 90 minutes. Patient in the build-up for Las Vegas Lights, but changing the point of attack, and now doing that, you need more movement, especially from Valentin Noel and Gandu, Pinton and Asante, whether it's to come centrally or to push out wide, because Orange County has shown how comfortable they can be at just clogging the central location of the field in. And the discipline of Corey Bennett's going to be really important as well. You want him to stay as high as possible to pin back, knock him in powers, and to create a little bit of space for the players underneath him.
Hafferty pings this long. Asante, a little bit burst out of that miniature gate. Offside. Hey, check out all the exciting postseason action as the USL playoffs presented by Terminix kick off in November. The top teams will battle it out for the ultimate prize. Go to USLChampionship.com for all the latest playoff information. Unbelievably, 3 weeks left, and I think we've only got 3 teams that have officially qualified. Ball cut back, chance, goal! Haggard! And Orange County has the lead on the road!
Fantastic bit of play, and we talked about the movement off the ball from Ethan Zubak. As he pulls wide, what does that do? That pulls out Gartig, and that opens up a little bit of a space for Hagar to fill in the gaps. As the 2-back line for Las Vegas Lights, they're retreating. The space is about 12 yards. Fantastic, clever movement back across, and a clever finish to continue the momentum. No chance from a Rosarena, and Orange County here on the road take a 1-0 lead.
Haggard's first for Orange County. Can tell what that means for the San Diego native. And OC leads in Vegas. Trying to make sure there's no party on the strip for the Lights tonight. Orange County, tremendous success this year when they score first. They've taken it over the line 9 of 11 times. However, one of those losses the last time these teams met, August 31st.
Now it's a test of the discipline for the Las Vegas Lights. Continue to get on the ball, slow the game down. You do not need to try and go and win this game or even tie it in the next minute or so.
Haggard had that run at Staubach last year. Came out of Georgetown, went to Charlotte for a couple of seasons, but primarily spent his time there on loan before going to the club that most Americans probably recognize because of Bob Bradley's time there. win tonight for Las Vegas puts them on 49 with 3 to go. And into second, but Orange County with the lead now navigate into 7th place by their lonesome on 38. 3 points out of 6th. They'll have 4 remaining. But of course, a long way to go tonight. Rosa Reina. El Paso won again tonight. They just refused to die. 8 points back with 4 to go. Monterey Bay staying afloat within 3 points of the line by knocking Phoenix off last night. So the pillow fight for the 8th position continues. Hagart chasing. Hafferty.
Good recognition from Chata. When this ball gets played negative, that's when he steps off his line. And collectively, that is some ball as well.
Ngandu. A truck out of midfield spots Bennett. Bennett hits off of Powers. Careens out.
You see the success that Las Vegas Lights can have when they break through the initial line of pressure. This is the play that you want on the ball. Head up the whole way, a splitting pass. And if Corey Bennett's first touch is a little bit cleaner, he gets that shot away. Give credit to Dylan Powers to come across at the last second and to deny a goal-scoring opportunity.
A little confused by this.
Yeah, how is that not a corner kick? I think our center referee, Gerald Flores, simply thinks Corey Bennett mishits it.
You can see Dennis Sanchez arguing that point for a moment. He gave away that argument at the end. And ball don't lie. Belongs to Las Vegas again. Ngandu.
Talked about some of the keys for Orange County. Stay compact defensively. You see what happens when they get expanded, the gap starts to open up. And Ngandu's just so clever at the spaces that he can occupy, and the way that he receives the ball always has his hips open so he can play in a positive manner.
Push from behind by Dogman. Sante helped up. Between Asante and Smart, that right side is the walking wounded right now. The use of USL approved ref edge. Sets the wall 10 yards out. Smart. Smart, dangerous ball in front. Some of the service tonight has been exquisite.
Yeah, you need someone crashing towards that near post. If they do, real cause for concern for Orange County's back line.
Ngandu. Turn from Smart. Big switch. Pinzon work out on the left tonight. Option flashing was Nigro, didn't find him. Valentin Noel. Down into the corner. Smart. Smart lost the handle, bypassing Ngandu. Contact away from the ball, they will bring it back. Danny Stone gives his opinion. Actually,
I tend to agree with him. This has to be a yellow card on Sean Smart. It's a transitional moment. Chris Hagard has him beat. I think he's a very lucky and not to see yellow there. Sean Smart is.
Taken away in midfield. Ngandu takes the contact from Chata, continues, and Ngandu. Ball ripped across for Bennett.
Types of actions that we've seen from Corey Bennett, the way that he's matured throughout this 2024 campaign. To pop off at the last second across his individual marker and slash across that near post. You ask every single coach, not only in the USL Championship, Mike, but in world football, what's the most important run? It's that near post area for two reasons. One, if you get on the end of it, it's an easy tap in. The second action is, if you don't, you pull out a center back to open up space for a teammate. See how crucial that could have been for Corey Bennett.
I mean, if they win, yeah. Very depending on the situation.
Hagard chasing. Hafferty had to deal with it. And that's a letdown out of possession. Partida. These guys starting to find themselves a little bit. 3 unbeaten, then 5 winless. Down to their final 4 games after this, and it's not going to be easy. Turned over to Vegas. Ball at Asante. Asante early. Header smashed down and in. Oh, it's that man again. Corey Bennett, the leading scorer of the West.
Starts with a transitional moment. Hafferty stepping high, and we saw this once, we'll see it again, and Ngandu picks the right pass, but take nothing away from the quality of Asante. Enough air to give Corey Bennett the ability to run onto it. He heads it down, back across where it came from, not even a courtesy dive from Shuttler. The technique to perfection. Wrong foot's the goalkeeper, no chance for him. And Las Vegas Lights draw this thing back 1-1 in the 27th minute.
Corey Bennett, what a year. Spoke in June with Dennis Sanchez. He said 1 goal can totally change a striker's confidence, that he's getting in the right areas. When will it break? He has had an extraordinary second half of the year, and Las Vegas, with 1 loss in 18, can point to his goal scoring as a major catalyst.
And the way that he takes this goal is phenomenal. It's textbook. You head it down, you head it back across where it came from, and it's a nightmare for a goalkeeper because their momentum is already shifting towards that back post. Really difficult to come back across the other way and to read the bounce off the turf. Fantastic header from Corey Bennett.
Well, these two sides now tied for the second most goals conceded in the Western Conference. Perhaps it's no surprise then that we get this wide open affair, 1-1 after a 5-goal barn burner in Orange County the last day of August. Something's gone haywire here. I think someone's about to get a real talking to. I'm gonna guess Daniel Stone. No. Member of the bench. Stone had had words with the fourth official previously about a non-yellow, and the referee calmly hearing out Danny Stone's question. Gerald Flores, the referee.
Take the argument for Orange County. Asking for a foul, pushing the back. First on Joe Hafferty, which my initial glance, it seems like it's a clean challenge to win the ball back. Be back.
Big ball lofted over the top. Back from Powers, Bennett. Running in on Shuttler. Scooped up by Nigro. Asante called for it. Receives this shove from Haggard. Kept in on the line. But Haggard came away, and now he streaks into the attacking half. Ran into a off numbers situation. J.C. Ngandu. Now Bennett. It takes certain meteorological conditions to have the smoke just sit like this. Apparently that's exactly what we've got in the desert tonight. (91 degrees) and a dry 13% humidity and wind of 3 miles an hour. We may never see that side of the field again. Reaching down into the corner. End line. Orange County rips it free.
It's actually incredible.
I've never seen anything.
I've never seen
Never. I feel like I'm staring at an art installation. It feels wrong that something could pierce that.
Great touch.
Quick throw in from Smart. Was pretty smart. Wins a free kick. Bennett paid the price for it.
Clever. First from Sean Smart, but notice Corey Bennett, the way that he rotates his body. And fighting the contact from Dylan Powers. Feels anything, was always going to go down. Experience from the striker.
In zone. Oh, this is simple, but nearly effective. Sante saying surely that hit somebody.
Trying to catch this Orange County side sleeping. Kevin Partita realizes a little bit late. There is an argument for any deflection, I thought from that angle, but it's the second time now that Las Vegas Lights have not got an attacking corner kick in their favor.
Be sure to join us again here at Cashman Field October 19th. The Lights host the Oakland Roots at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Visit lightsfc.com/tickets to purchase yours tonight. Haggard through the wispy wind. Well, my experience is it's not the dry heat that keeps the smoke up. It's usually really muggy and humid that keeps it low to the ground and hanging. So I guess there's a lot of circumstances keeps this alive. I feel like I need to go call my old chemistry teacher.
I was about to say, did you get an A in chemistry?
With Jerry D, with Jerry DiCarlo, you bet I did. But then so did everybody else. Gerald Flores flashes the yellow. It's Chata who gets booked.
Just notice the right leg of Chata. Right here, steps in across and Gandu. Knows exactly what he's doing, a transitional foul. So deservingly so, sees yellow.
Do the soccer players have to take chemistry at Shattuck St. Mary?
Of course.
Okay.
Well-rounded student here.
No doubt. It's a Jesuit education for you. Into Haggard, the goal scorer in the 16th for Orange County. Dogman. There's the whistle. Bring it back. You and I were both in a bit of disbelief. Gerald's like, give me a minute.
Oh, seems like Gasipli and Gerald Flores get into a 50-50 battle together. I don't know if it's to the backside.
I do appreciate that he stopped play, though.
Yeah, 100%. It's the right decision.
Yeah.
And now affording a drop ball.
What? Yeah, descent. Partita just talked himself into a card. Good turn, and Gandu.
That if you are the Las Vegas Slides, Valentino well, need to get him on the ball a little bit more. 38 minutes, only 11 touches. Needs a player. 9 goals, 6 assists on the season. That can produce a little bit of magic, but really quiet. Also, you have to give credit to Orange County. Look how many numbers they have centrally between Seth Gasipli and Kevin Partita, denying the supply into the playmaker for the Lights.
He's turned himself into the guy you have to stop to have a chance.
Goes back to what we mentioned about this Las Vegas light side. The flexibility that they can hurt you in numerous of ways. Early on, it was just through Valentino well. But now as Corey Bennett starts to come into his zone, you bring in Ngandu a line higher. Pete zone as well applies a little bit of pressure on that weak side. This side is a nightmare to deal with in the attacking phase of the game.
Shuttler away. And that now a dead ball. Can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, plus live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. It's all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Back from Smart. Regrettably, the USL content on Sirius XM only proves to make you dumber. Anywho, Ngandu. Get over Dogman. And run past to Sante. This game is eked into a lull. Clever flick, could open things up a bit. Ngandu ripped away by Powers.
Better defending and recognition from Dylan Powers. It's all about the first play of the game. He leaves his feet a bit early. Now understands where he is on the field and uses the sideline as a secondary defender.
Sante, Ngandu playing early. Shuttler settles.
It's the right idea, just needs to pull it away from Shuttler. Because Corey Bennett has to step on Nakum. Just lacking a little bit of quality. Ngandu.
Long delivery, good first touch. Dunbar no further. Got Jamison available off the bench, but in terms of proven attacking threats, it's pretty thin tonight for Orange County. Not a world's bunch better for the Lights. Koval has only just come into the team in August. Edison has Kona available, could get him back into the team, played at the Olympics. He's the star for the Dominican Republic. Here comes Las Vegas. Ooh, dirty stop. And not clean service.
Starting to get a little bit sloppy. This game in particular, center part of it. Look at the stats, almost 70% for the Lights. They had only 2 shots on target to show for it. The other way, you expect this Orange County side to be stingy defending and trying to make it a little bit more transitional. Only 1 shot, which is the goal for Chris Hagart.
Sipley.
You touched on it, Mike. Not having Among on the bench for Orange County. Now you lose that vertical threat to really run in behind this Las Vegas light side. And yes, they do have the ability, but every single player wants the ball to feet.
Dogman. Ball settled back. Chata. Nada.
Talked about Cameron Dunbar's first touch early on. This one pops up on him, so now he has to quickly just lay into the path of Chata. Too much weight. Chata unable to get his feet set underneath him. That's why he pulls it wide.
Hagart from Zubac, 16th minute. Bennett from Asante, 26th. Asante too strong to find Bennett. Las Vegas retain. Asante's 4th assist of the year. Goal 13 for Bennett. Ngandu leaning back, floated forward, met by Shuttler. 5 added minutes. Whistle here. Arteta got dumped. Felt a tad on the excessive side in terms of stoppage. Alas. Kind of get the feeling a little air conditioning, a little bit of water would go a long way.
Interesting to think about the messaging for Dennis Sanchez and Danny Stone. I do think for the Las Vegas Lights needs to be quicker. Needs to be quicker. I have to feel like changing the point of attack, because that's when they've been at their best in moments like this. How quick can you run downhill with numbers underneath Corey Bennett?
Head swiveling from Jabang. Smart. Peeling outside, and Ngandu battling with Powers, got on the inside. He goes all the way. Contact, no whistle. Oh, there's no whistle from Gerald Flores. Flicked ahead to Hagart. And Orange County countering from one end all the way down to the other. Some numbers joining. Firing above the bar. Well, there's going to be some questions asked here. Dunbar at the final effort, and this deserves another look.
How clever is this touch from Ngandu? Play around the corner, and then it's the strength, it's the power, but as he comes again centrally, I do think he's looking for it. He drags his right leg. Coming back the other way, Dunbar pulls up a little bit too deep. His shoulders are back. There is a little bit of a deflection. But you just see how quickly the two center backs for Orange County turn and give an earful to Ngandu. As he creates a little bit of separation, he invites a contact by trailing his right leg. In my opinion, really good no call from Gerald Flores.
Corner for Orange County. Settling touch. Knockham ran up to it. So it's tossed downfield to Shuttler. Another 2.5 minutes at least here in this first half. Lashed into the final third, bouncing to Rosa Reina. Haggerty.
Just notice Ngandu, his right leg. There's no contact whatsoever. He's looking for it. Fantastic no call from Gerald Flores.
Turned over to Partita. That should come with a card. At least that's the argument from Knockham. Noel trying to escape. No more.
I think this should be a yellow. It's late, it's intentional. It's through the back of Kevin Partita. Saw Sean Smart get away with one as well. Same as Valentino Wells. On the positive side, there's a little bit of consistency from Jael Flores.
Partita couldn't combine there. And maybe Las Vegas gets the last chance of the half. Nigro, that's off the mark. Jostling for position. Halftime. Well, we got a couple of fireworks. Bennett, the equalizer. Hagart, the opener. 1-1 at the break.
I'd expect Danny Stone to be very similar the way that he approached this game. You clog the central location and you try to make it a little bit more of a transitional meet. And for the Las Vegas Lights, it needs to be quicker in terms of combination because that's when you've been at your best. Valentino Well underneath Corey Bennett, all to play for in this next 45.
And an ongoing conversation for the Orange County players with the officials before they make their way down through the dugouts. Las Vegas and Orange County both fighting for playoff position. Las Vegas a win, moved to second. Orange County just trying to secure a place. 1-1 at the intermission. A look around the league coming up when we return.
I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
Hello, my name is Ramon Martin del Campo, City of Henderson police officer and former Las Vegas Lights team captain. My mother, Susie, desperately waited for a second chance after years of fighting kidney disease. Through a paired kidney exchange program, she was able to receive the gift of life through transplant. Currently, about 85% of Americans waiting need a kidney transplant. I am a living kidney donor. Nevadans are giving. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
We live in one of the driest cities in the nation. Let's live in the desert, not in denial. Saving water is desert living. Do your part to conserve water. Visit snwa.com.
At Comprehensive Cancer Centers, the most advanced treatments and breakthrough research are helping our patients thrive. But some of our most powerful treatments are preventative. This begins together in our community through awareness, outreach, education, and support. From healthier living and self-checks to screening for early detection, we can now find and treat some cancers before they strike. We're doing this together, Southern Nevada, and teamwork saves lives.
We live in one of the driest cities in the nation. Let's live in the desert, not in denial. Saving water is desert living. Do your part to conserve water. Visit snwa.com.
Tonight's match is presented in part by Southern Nevada Water Authority, by La Bonita, by Silver State Schools Credit Union, and by Comprehensive Cancer Centers. 1-1 at halftime. Tonight's halftime presented by Southern Nevada Water Authority. Change your watering clock now to avoid costly water waste fines. 1-1. How about we show you what lies in store? Las Vegas, next matchup for them against Birmingham, a team struggling to try and get in the East.
Really interesting match for Las Vegas Lights as Birmingham Legion and Thompson need a result because last time out they drew against Pittsburgh Riverhounds. So what does this look like on the road for the Las Vegas Lights? Interesting matchup.
Yep, Birmingham, a bit of a stop-and-start season of their own. So many injuries. Maybe they can get it turned around. Meanwhile, Orange County sees a top 4 Colorado Springs side on October the 9th.
And the switchbacks, they draw again here. So Colorado Springs getting the best out of James Chambers. They have so much talent, but they just seem unable to really get every single thing in terms of the consistency from minute 1 to minute 90. But if you're Danny Stone, another big opportunity to collect a massive 3 points.
That'll come up on Wednesday night. You'll see it on ESPN Plus, or you'll see it if you get out to the ballpark in Orange County at Championship Soccer Stadium. Southern Nevada Water Authority presents our halftime coverage. Vegas and OC 1-1 at the break.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Recentra bien el balón dentro del área. ¡Hombre, ese es el segundo! La combinación es buena. Se canta el 1-1. ¡Te lo canto! ¡No te puedo creer! Increíble, Felipe. Y señoras y señores, la USL Championship.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
Desert Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
And we're back. It's halftime in Las Vegas and Orange County. Southern Nevada Water Authority presents our halftime coverage. Show you news and notes from around the USL Championship and beyond. The Players' Shield winner. It was Jake Morris, 90+5 equalizer. Louisville needed a draw after a 2-2 draw in an earlier game between Charleston and Detroit, their first ever Players' Shield. Hugo Farol, 25th goalkeeper to grab an assist. Stoppage time flick onto Khalil El-Medkar. How about that? Las Vegas win and in.
Big 45 minutes for Dennis Sanchez at hand to create a little bit of history for the Las Vegas Lights. What does it look like as they walk out of the break here? Will wait to be seen because it's a fantastic opportunity.
Let's see if a different Frenchman can find an assist tonight. We'll find out. How about we show you the upcoming schedule and look around the league. It's brought to you by Advanced Imaging Solutions, one company many solutions. This is what's gone on earlier tonight. About Rhode Island beating the Rowdies soundly. Memphis and Oakland splitting the points.
Rhode Island sitting at number 5 in the Eastern Conference. Another dropped opportunity for the Oakland Roots. And Miami FC, they conceded 78 times this season. Big 3 points for Bob Lilly.
And a big 4 goals, too. Meanwhile, what's it look like out west in the late window? Tulsa, El Paso. It is El Paso winning 1-0. And then Sacramento falling to San Antonio on the road makes that a much more difficult scenario. And for the first time tonight, we show you the Western Conference standings. They're brought to you by La Bonita. And New Mexico, 10 points up for first place in the Western Conference at the moment. Meanwhile, the playoff line is a sweet disaster. 3 points between 7th and 11th.
FC Tulsa, you talk about Mario Sanchez after coming off of a fantastic result for the Oakland Roots. They lose tonight. San Antonio lose tonight. Monterey Bay wins last night. What does Phoenix Rising do as they continue to drop off? So if you're Orange County, this is a really an opportunity to create a little bit of buffer as you continue to push up this Western Conference.
And in the Eastern Conference, the top 2 have clinched. Detroit unable to clinch by virtue of their draw in Charleston, although they only took the 6th point off the battery all year at Patriots Point.
Look about the playoff line as well. Hartford Athletic and Ladder United, they played tonight. They both drew. They drew each other. So now, if you're the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, that 3 points is that much bigger for Bob Lilly. They're 2 points behind that 8th spot, and that's a team you don't want to see once the playoff comes around.
Okay, so that's what the East and the West look like with only 3 weeks remaining. Southern Nevada Water Authority presents the halftime coverage. Las Vegas pulls level with Orange County. Another goal, they might be into the playoffs. Second half coming up.
We live in one of the driest cities in the nation. Let's live in the desert. Not in denial. Saving water is desert living. Do your part to conserve water. Visit snwa.com.
As a Great Clips salon stylist, I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
Yeah, let's redo the basement.
Hello, home movie theater.
Spare bedroom.
Why not both? Use the US Bank mobile app to apply for a home improvement loan. It's easy.
Wonderful, Alex.
Hey, that's what US Bank is for. Anything else?
How about a loan for a bigger car? Our family is growing.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother's moving in with his 5 dogs.
Oh.
Heyo!
And we're expecting.
Expecting what?
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together.
We live in one of the driest cities in the nation. Let's live in the desert. Not in denial. Saving water is desert living. Do your part to conserve water. Visit snwa.com.
Southern Nevada Water Authority presents our halftime coverage. Las Vegas and Orange County, 1-1. May we offer you these highlights in trying times. Orange County and Las Vegas meeting up, both needing a win to solidify playoff position. 16th minute, be Haggard all alone.
Just notice the movement from Ethan Zubak first with Joe Hafferty and Sean Smart. They need to pick up Chris Haggard, check over the right shoulder. They never see him, and a player of his quality is going to punish you for that time and space. And around that 18-yard box, 1-0. Orange County, and Gandu, when he's running head full of steam, he is the best player for the Las Vegas Lights. Takes a little bit of deflection. Dylan Powers does just enough, but a really similar action yet again. Give credit to Joe Hafferty, steps up, picks a pocket, and much like moments ago, Ngandu plays into the path of Asante. Fantastic little clip on. It's a textbook header. You head it down, you head it back across where it came from, so now you're asking questions for Shuttler because he's already moving towards that near post, unable to shift his weight back. 1-1, Corey Bennett gets his 13th on the season.
And then in the 44th minute, Orange County making a dangerous incursion.
Dogman, he's been very direct on this near side, but just too much power from Dunbar trying to play into the path of Chata. Just roll it into him, let it hit it first time, and it's a really difficult technique as it bounces up on you. If you take a look at the halftime stats, 64% of the ball has been with the Las Vegas Lights, and they've only created 2 shots on target. Need more productivity. Ball needs to be moved quicker, need to be more vertical in your thought process. And for Orange County, you're okay without the ball. Defending is going to be the top priority, and you can try to catch this Las Vegas Lights in transitional moments. That's going to be something that you can find success through.
And let's go live to Las Vegas and Orange County. Sounds like Edwin Diaz is about to try and close a game for the Mets in this building right now. Cue the horns. Orange County recognizes that these 3 points, even a point, would go a long way to pick them up on the road against a team in as scintillating a form as the Lights. They try and pursue a playoff position tonight. Conversely, for Las Vegas, you've waited this long. Why would you ever want to wait any longer? So often, this team has struggled in even the simplest of facets. Well, they're on the verge of earning a playoff berth, and they'd like to run through the tape, not back over it. Game on, second half. A win for the Lights into the playoffs. A win for Orange County, and they grab hold of 7th and move within 3 points of 6th. With Ricky Lopez Aspin, Mike Watts, and on to the second half tonight. Last half of soccer in the championship tonight. This Orange County team won the title in 2021 over the Rowdies, a massive upset. They had an interim coach that came in, their former captain that got the job done. Can Danny Stone find that magic again? Las Vegas into the final third. Asante leading, ball cut through, that'll be a corner. Great start out of the break for Vegas, earning a set piece.
They found the most success when they draw in one of the outside backs for Orange County. Then you created a little bit of an overload. Start on one side of the field, you end on the other. You have to think, if you are Dennis Sanchez, with all that hard work, that action needs to end up with a shot on target to put Shuttler under some pressure.
Oh, that'd be nice. It is Pinzon. Leaping up, Hafferty. All up above the bar.
Just sees it a little bit late. Joe Hafferty right off the shoulder of Knockham. Unable to redirect it on target.
Nigro retrieves for Las Vegas. Hope everything's all right.
A passionate fan.
Quite. I bet whoever's about to take a free throw is going to miss.
Wait from Ethan Zubak.
Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Ball lost by Pinzon. for a moment he'd be able to corral that. Bit off kilter. Flick on, there's the whistle. It goes against Gartig.
The tight one. The shot that has the right idea, but as he noticed, his touch is too heavy. Goes down really easy. You have to question Gartig as well. There's no need to step that aggressively off of your line. The ball's going away from your goal. No need to even engage in any contact. Sutka simply stands over it with a plethora of options. We've seen from this angle him players elect to try to sneak it into that near post of a Rosarena. Something straight off the training ground can come from within as well, or lofted ball into the back post here.
Kasipli lined up, goes screaming back the other way with a block. Shuttler with numbers still forward. Had a goal against Sacramento way back in week 1. It's week 31 now. We've all grown much, much older. Approaching the end line, ball whipped through. Oh, wow! Oh, it's wide. Dunbar. He just tried to do the most audacious thing possible.
Just so instinctual because it falls kindly to first Dylan Powers with a little bit of a snake. An angle that we're sitting by, you seems like this ball has eyes for the back of the net. He hits it well, makes clean contact. Just his timing is a tad bit off, but what a fantastic effort that was from Cameron Dunbar.
You know, it's funny, your eyes can do tricky things. You know, I think back to COVID in 2020, and there was a hole in the back of the net in Orange County. So it's the only live sporting event practically on television. It was July of 2020. The ball goes through the hole in the netting and out of the stadium, and I'm going, how in the world, I'm saying this on television, how in the world did that not go in? And the team's celebrating, and I'm baffled. Well, yeah, because it went through the net. It literally ripped the net and left the stadium. So Dunbar got us at least be a little bit excited. An optical illusion of a wonder strike.
First we have that. We had the fog in the first half. A lot of things coming on. USL after dark.
USL pre-fog now. Post and pre, I guess. Nigro in. Bennett fights for it. When you look at Las Vegas, what do you think their upside is come playoffs, right? If you think about teams above them, Sacramento, Colorado Springs in that mix. Sacramento's been there, done that. New Mexico, probably going to be the one, right? If you get a home game, great start, then you probably have to see one of those three, depending on where you finish.
I think Dennis Sanchez has done a fantastic job at number one. It's a yellow. Has to be a yellow card.
Kasipli inhibits a dangerous attack by breaking it up there. Yeah, I'm a little baffled.
With intent as well, knows exactly what he's doing. Catches Corey Bennett. A bit baffled how he does not see yellow. We're going back to this Las Vegas slide side. It's an interesting question because they know who they are, but they can also change their shape in so many different ways. And I've had a really interesting conversation with Dennis Sanchez throughout this year. I said, look, you've played with a 3-back, you played with a 4-back, sometimes even a 5-back. False 9, Corey Bennett as well. What makes those decisions? And he said, number one, yes, we look at the opponent, how they play areas of the field that we think we can beat them down, but also who's in form.
Yeah.
Right, you look at this side, and any single player can produce a little bit of magic. Corey Bennett, Valentin Noel, and you talk about playoffs. I mean, look at Pittsburgh Riverhounds last time out, last year. One action, their season's done. So any single player for this Las Vegas slide side has the quality to be that difference maker. Knowing who they are, knowing how good they can be in numerous of different occasions, the different looks that they can put on the field, and it's a nightmare, in my opinion, to deal with this side, to really plan, because you don't know what they're going to throw at you.
Yeah, I think the most intriguing thing about Las Vegas as you look forward is the progression they've made. They've sort of built this plane as they flew it, right? Because Jose Bautista's group takes over in December into January. You bring Dennis Sanchez in February, build a roster in that time in the short lead up to preseason. Bennett sweeping further, Asante chasing all the way to the end line. It gets out for a goal kick. You talk to Dennis Sanchez in April, May, he's going, can we make the playoffs and get hot at the right time? Well, then you get to July and August, and they get this unbeaten run going. They're going, okay, maybe we can improve our seeding a little bit. Then it became, maybe we can get a home playoff game. And I'm wondering at what point Las Vegas goes all the way from, can we field a team for our preseason friendlies, all the way to this team with the right break here or there is prepared to go win a championship this year.
100% be the dark horse. And it just speaks volumes about not only the players, but Dennis Sanchez. I asked him about their last game for Phoenix Rising. They scored 2 times in stoppage time. And I asked what was his takeaways against the game, and he said, yes, it's a fantastic result. Never been a part of anything like that, but what he was really impressed were the extra efforts. He mentioned the play in particular of Coleman Gannon, backtracked about 50, 60 yards and puts in a challenge on an attacking set piece. And he said little things like that, the amount of players that went over him, that gave him a high five, that gave him a hug, that were the passion that come within, and that's just championship DNA. On the road, you're down a goal. An action like that really kickstart the belief. In the end, they take 3 points when they have really no business doing so with how late they left that game in. Little things like that really impressed me about this Las Vegas Light side.
Early from Chata, knocked down, Hagart sliding. And Hagart whistled for making contact with a Rosarena.
Not dealt with nearly well enough from Hafferty. His body language is all wrong. He's already facing his defending goal. You need your hips open so you can see the ball coming in, but also the run. And as this ball pops out, Chris Hagart has every right to go for this. Hafferty's there to quickly, first to the ball, there's a little bit of contact on the end of it.
You and I saw a red card in the Charleston-Detroit game, and I think it's important that we acknowledge the difference in this, right? Because where Rosarena was as he reached for that, one, he never gained control of the ball. Second, I think you could say it was 50-50 at best whether he would in the first place. What we saw earlier in Charleston-Detroit was an instance where the ball essentially died on the end line. The keeper had overrun it on his slide, leapt back for it, and then got cleated, or perhaps a late adjustment saved him from getting cleated by a sliding challenge in for it. Those are entirely different.
I think 50-50 is the #1 priority there.
And
right?
I'm not even sure it was 50% for Rosarena, because clearly he didn't get it either.
Exactly. But what we saw through Connor Rutz was not a fair challenge whatsoever.
Right, as opposed to this.
This was a fair challenge.
I think a lot of people see someone slide into a goalkeeper and not know the difference of why one's a red and one's not. And ultimately, the goalkeeper does always, and I think probably rightfully so, get the benefit of the doubt. But I do think people misconstrue where the line is.
I agree.
Who knows, maybe a Rosarena's brother will be playing in Las Vegas in a couple of years. Andy Rosarena, one of the great power hitters in Major League Baseball. We'd have to go to Sacramento first. And we'll see what happens after that.
Good family genes.
No kidding. His dad was actually a goalkeeper as well, so His brother ended up going the baseball route, and for a time Ryko did as well, but eventually found the right home. He's had a strong career in goal, going back to his time with the Rowdies in 2021, where played in the same city, of course, as Randy when he was with the Rays. St. Pete, that is, that city. Ended up getting thrust into that 2021 final after the injury to Evan Loro, celebrating after the Eastern Conference final. He leapt up and regrettably blew out his knee. Flick through, back to Bennett. Pitchforked on. Back up through Usman Jabang. And this laser beam, oh wow, off the bar and off the head of Shuttler and out. Oh, that was Scott Sterling level stuff.
Talked about Valentino well, the quality. But what's so impressive is there's no backlift on the shot as well. The way that he can just generate power through hitting through the ball. And as he follows through, lands on his shooting leg to give it that little bit of extra movement on it. Now this ball does not. The back of Shuttler and end up in the back of the net is behind me.
Well, it's not behind him. Flick on there, Shuttler. And quickly upfield for Haggard. Will run all the way through and away by Jabang.
It's a wrong decision from Chris Haggard. Put it into the path of Cameron Dunbar. Let him run onto it. Asking a lot when he's running full head of steam to put it into his path.
Double sub, so it'll be Adams in midfield and Edison as Kona in off the bench. Those are really strong subs off the bench for Las Vegas. Kona's kind of been stuck in the middle of nowhere, I suppose, this year. 15th appearance for him, but disappeared over the summer to go to the Olympics and hasn't really played all that much since. Desert Radiology presents the subs. A lot of contact in that. Going the other way. This is his first appearance in a month and a half as Kona.
What that's going to do tactically for Las Vegas Lights, Jabang will play as a center back pairing next to Hafferty, so Charlie Adams will be the single pivot between Ascona and Ngandu ahead of him. With Sante on the right-hand side, Valentino Noel flanking this near side. Will almost look like a 4-1-4-1 formation wide for the Las Vegas Lights.
Dunbar. Foul.
So now as they shifted their shape for Orange County, the top priority is to create a little bit of an overload between Charlie Adams. How do you get players on either side of him and make him make a decision to favor one side of the field so you can switch the point of attack? So as your Seth Kasipli, Kevin Partita, and Chata need to be really smart in terms of their spacing and their balance underneath Ethan Zubak.
Hey, guess what? eFootball 2024 is here. So live your dream and rep your team. Play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball, free to play.
Download now.
I should. Well, for some teams, it's getting late early. Orange County recognizing this is sort of the vital moment of this campaign. They've certainly gone through the trials and tribulations. 3 unbeaten now, a win over an ascendant Rhode Island against a flailing Phoenix. Right up against them on the line. But a draw, 0-0, couple weeks ago against Monterey Bay. Really didn't allow them to make up any ground as it pertains to reaching a playoff spot. Started strong and a huge swoon through mid-season. Las Vegas, on the other hand, they've been on the up and up for months. Last loss away to Hartford, August 17th, nearly 2 months ago. Contact here, sees it to Orange County. The loss prior to that, May 25th at Tampa Bay. Unreal. Last time they lost here at home was the Open Cup to Steve Cherundolo's LAFC. They just went on and won the whole dang thing. The last league loss, May 4th at home. That was a spell where I think everyone thought, all right, the air's out of the balloon, right? 4 straight defeats, 5 losses in 6. Not so fast. Bit of a clever release. Simply played it back in. Here's Dogman. Knockham. Norwegian central defender who relishes the physical side of the game. And peeling side to side, Haggard a bit slow to get it out.
Fantastic challenge from Charlie Adams. If he does not put that challenge in, Dogman's making really clever run around the corner.
Adams had a nice period in Orange County previously too.
I think that's going to be the difference maker as this game progresses. And you can get Charlie Adams to get him out of position for Orange County. And for Las Vegas Lights, how good can he be at pulling the strings to allow Edison Ascona and Ngandu to take up spaces higher underneath Corey Bennett?
Done by Nigro. Broke down. Sanchez trying to maintain the pace. Here's Asante, twice the league MVP. Lifts over Bennett. Noel. Nigro, that takes a kind deflection. Opening up, Adams. Bennett tried to bring it in. And there's Dogman, who lets it out. Colin Shuttler backed up Patrick Rakowski in 2022. Cody Cropper got the job and ran with it last year once Cropper left the club. This falls in for Noel, but gets deflected away. Nigro. This has been a bit of a sloppy game tonight. Zubak. He has not done all that much in front of goal tonight. It just hasn't gotten that far.
A lot of his work has been on the defensive side of it, but also dropping down in the build-out phase. The timing has been a little bit off. Hasn't been as clean as both of these managers would hope or expect.
Zubak. Lamb. Drives by Noel. Seemed distracted by a bumblebee for a moment.
Games like this, Mike, when it's been a bit cagey, either side unable to get into a rhythm, you're just asking for one of your special players to make a play. And that'll be the difference. A set piece, maybe as well. A sloppy mistake. Someone producing some magic can be the difference between 1 point, 0 points, obviously 3 points as well.
Here's Asante. There was a 4-year span in which he had 99 goal contributions, 54 goals, 45 assists. The man averaged a double-double. Ball slipped at brilliant Zubak out, and that deflected, spinning away. That was a defensive slide back to Arozarena. And he just spared Las Vegas their blushes in a major way.
I think looking back on this, Chris Hagar needs to be quick in his decision-making right now into the path of Ethan Zubak. You talk about the athletic ability, the reaction from Arozarena. Last-ditch defending effort from Hafferty, but look how quickly his body position is all the way right. Back across this left-hand side. There's one thing to make contact with, to push it wide of his near post is a completely different thing. Impressive from the goalkeeper.
Well, Hafferty, if that were on the other end, you'd say, wow, what a save, what an amazing effort. Kasipli, dipping header, sends it high. Partita, Kona takes a knock up high. I'll come with a yellow. High swipe. That's on Knockham. He's got to drive a center back mad a little bit, giving a yellow away, the top of the attacking penalty area like that. In theory, you get to make one major mistake and in theory wipe it away in a game. Knockham just gave his away for free. It happens. Nigro. First time we've seen Ngandu really get ahead of steam in this second half. He runs into Lamb.
Just seems to glide all over the field. Plays the game at his pace. So slippery, so good 1v1. So impressive he's been this season.
And yet it feels like with the strength that he runs with and the way he can shed defenders, it almost seems like he's running like he's angry at the ground.
The power that he generates as well.
Cheap giveaway there.
About the third time now in consecutive order that Jabang has been a bit sloppy and loose with the ball at his feet. As this game progresses, you have to think maybe tired legs will start to play a factor into it. Great ball.
Asante. Smart. Couldn't slip by, but it's still there. Ball across. Noel leaves high, blasted, deflected. Oh man, Powers able to force that Adams blast off target.
But realize the weight that Valentin Noel plays into the path with Charlie Adams. There's information on the pass. Already has his body facing the attacking goal, so he just needs to run onto it and make clean contact. Does just that, creates a little bit of deflection, another set piece for the Las Vegas Lights.
Looping header askew. Change coming here for Orange County. This should add a little electricity to the game. Bryce Jamison on, Ashish Chata off. Chata was on a yellow.
More directness, more verticality, and more explosiveness. Bryce Jamison, the young man, possesses. Ability to take players 1v1 and can create some issues. 5 goals, 2 assists on the season. How influential can he be for the remaining 16 plus here?
You can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches, including the championship final, available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings, including Wednesday night's barn burner between Tulsa and North Carolina. Las Vegas has already burnt 2 subs. They're preparing a pair more. As Kona and Adams came on previous. Grayson Duty and Coleman Gannon inching to the 4th official. There they are at the bottom of the screen. Driven through, Zubak. Rolls that back across the face, and the whistle blows here. Partita wanted to continue the attack. Jabang, a head injury inside the 6-yard box. Jamison leans down to check on him, and you're always going to stop play with a potential head injury, especially inside this 6-yard box.
This awkward as Jabang makes the initial play on the ball. Bryce Jamison unable to stop his run. There's contact. Like you said, Mike, top priority is the health of these players. You have to stop play immediately. Gerald Flores does just that.
Because they do, they're going to have to take him off the field for some measure of time. The remaining games for Las Vegas, they're brought to you by Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company, many solutions. Way to Birmingham hosts the Roots, final home game of the regular year. Go to North Carolina, and then they'll find out, are they hosting a playoff game somewhere between Friday, November 1st and Sunday, November 3rd. Rolled up by Hafferty. Make no mistake, Las Vegas wants to end the playoff chase tonight, clinch their spot. They do not want to have to wait until going to Birmingham. That is a tough assignment next weekend. The good news for every team that only has the 4 games left coming into this weekend, they're going to get to a more regular game a week. Just a tad bit earlier than some of these teams have to make up some ground. Howdy doody. Replaces Smart. And there's Gannon. And Gannon immediately. Ngandu. Support trailing, ball lob, Bennett down. Powers it into the ground and gets ushered over the line with 11 minutes and stoppage to go tonight.
Really difficult to generate power in the way that Corey Bennett approaches the ball. He's overran it, so he's reaching back. Trying to have a little bit of a flick on action, unable to redirect it. We caused Scheller some problems. Look at Coleman Gannon, a player that first season for the Lights, 4 goals, 3 assists on the season as well. Can do a little bit of everything and can play numerous of different positions for Dennis Sanchez. And a nice, versatile player.
Noel. He almost scored the goal of the year tonight. Long-range missile off the bar. Shedding players in his wake. Ngandu continues, rolls backside. Long run for Gannon. Looks for the cutback. Leads high. Duty down the right line. Ball cut back. Bennett puts it up. Had the trailing run. Vescona. This laser beam set aside by Shuttler. Oh, what a smash.
A luxury to have for a center back to be able to play with the ball at his feet. Just gives you a different weapon. No one closes down the space. Why not call your own number? He hits it extremely well. Joe Hafferty forces a nice save from Shuttler through traffic to parry it wide.
Ben Norris preparing to enter for Orange County, but a set piece to defend first here. 82nd minute. They will make the change. They'll make it before. Partida off for Norris. Adams streaking by, fell as Kona blocked. Streaming upward. Back down the left. Adams curled. Duty. Right back where it came. Snap down into the corner. Nigro feeds back across at Bennett waiting. Gannon. Be sure to come on back. Cashman Field, Oakland Roots. Pay a visit October 19th. 7:30 local kick. Visit LasVegasLightsFC.com/tickets to get yours. That is the final regular season game to be played this year at Cashman Field. But the way the standings line up right now may not be the last game. Biggest game in Lights history, the first playoff game. Could be between November 1st and 3rd. That is if Las Vegas can hang in on the top 4. Noel. Adams. Gannon. Duty. Kona came to the ball. Nigro. Kona. Bennett touched over.
Watch out here.
Little room to explore here. Orange County flying into the final third. And they pumped the brakes on it. They had the numbers. You get the feeling these teams are exhausted.
First thing that goes when heavy legs come into play is number one, decision making, but also the technical ability. It was a nice little transitional opportunity. Ethan Dubak takes a wrong touch, negative. Up forward, it's Las Vegas Lights to reset their lines.
Contemplative and eventually speculative from Haggard. If this game's just been a barrel of laughs, joy to watch, I'll tell you the USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches, expert analysis every day. The CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Let's see what Herc's cooking. Feliz Gomez, the Las Vegas native. Football Americas, Sebastian Salazar. Probably the best singular show for coverage of soccer in this country. ESPN Plus. Big fan. And Golazo Network, it's just 24/7, huh? Non-stop.
And the weekly show, Sirius XM, USL Championship.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can definitely listen to that.
Big fan of that one.
Las Vegas trying to have that celebratory moment on home ground. A goal in their 7th season. Could be their first playoff appearance personified.
Good step. Over the last 5 minutes, we've seen this Las Vegas Light side starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm, committing more numbers forward, trying to find that go-ahead goal deep in this second half.
Ball circulated in again, just a minor tap from Powers. Through to the other side, Nigro, Noel.
You have to think, Mike, with all the balls that are being pumped into the dangerous area, second balls are going to be really important. So Valentino Noel, JC Ngandu, Charlie Adams, what does their positioning look like when the ball's getting lofted into Corey Bennett? How do you win those duels? Well, it is drawing a foul or looking to combine with Coleman Gannon. Great ball.
Dicing, Noel, outside Nigro, and that's the letdown. Applause from Danny Stone. Orange County trying to climb a little further away from the playoff line, and to be fair, their manager has a little added skin in the game. Yes, born in England, but he lived in Las Vegas as a youth coach for an extended period of time, as well as in Phoenix around his high school years. He was a youth soccer coach in the Las Vegas area for 5 years. And got the opportunity to go be an assistant in Phoenix, an assistant in Orange County after he left the head coaching role earlier this year. And when Paul Hardiman ended up getting moved out, in steps Danny Stone. Collision of bodies. Norris wins a free kick.
Retaliation from Valentino. Well, feels hard done by moments ago. It's like a football challenge. But yet again, that should be a yellow.
Four added minutes. They'll be dancing a lot more if Las Vegas can find that breakthrough. Dropped in over the top. Sliding through Orange County into the area. Zubak pulled it back. Hagart was waiting. Back through down the left side. Deflection. Came into a Rosarena. Parries it over the line. Meditative response from Dogman.
How good has a Rosarena been in between the sticks, especially testing his reaction time, athletic ability as well. Because that goalkeeper, you're already shuffling across your goal mouth to make yourself big. Quickly come back across to your near post and push it wide. Fantastic yet again from a Rosarena.
Kasipli. Header smashed out by Knockham. Player down for Orange County in the penalty area. They're allowing this to play on. He's still down. I cannot believe they didn't stop play in that moment. That surely stops play. And Zubak gesturing frustration there. He remains down here with 2 minutes left. And Orange County does have a substitution window available to them. Almost every time a player goes down the penalty area and it's the attacking end, ball remains in that neck of the woods, they stop play.
Agreed. There's been...
So ultimately, the goal is not to trample over the player. Zubak comes back, and game on. We'll probably go to 95 at least now. Sliding over to Nigro. Played early, that gets out. Off of Lamb. Corner, Las Vegas. they able to get Ashton Miles in time? That is a big body. 19-year-old from Huntington Beach, California, center back. They're going to let this happen. It's a combination of, in theory, that's a nice player to bring on. Conversely, right, you're getting tossed right into marking here. They'll get Dunbar off.
Not very often you see, that's especially on the defensive side, when a corner kick is about to happen. Big test for his mentality coming in, understanding his marker, who he needs to pick up. So many times it gets lost in translation. Big responsibility for Miles.
Adams. Ball lofted back, but deflected. We've gone 95. Slip ball never got through. Driven ahead and lifted high and wide. Jabang was looking for the whole thing. That's it. Full time. Las Vegas take a point off Orange County. Danny Stone claps to the crowd that hails from the town he's so often frequented early in his coaching career. Orange County grab a point away, and Las Vegas's postseason celebration will have to wait another week.
Hasn't been clean enough for the Las Vegas Lights in the final third. Saw a lot of the ball, but in the end, not enough quality to break through Danny Stone's Orange County. Give credit to Danny Stone's last two games. They've been fantastic on the defensive side of the ball. Really difficult to break through.
Let's show you the save of the game. It's brought to you by Nevada Donor Network. Remember, you can save a life at registerme.org.
And again, it's the athletic ability, the body control from Rose Arena. Has to stop in his tracks to push it wide.
And the hardest working man of the match is brought to you by Laborers International, the hardest working guys in Vegas.
Fantastic header from Corey Bennett. Down into the ground, back across where it came from. Not even a dive for Shuttler. Gets his 13th on the season, a well-deserved hardest working man of the match.
Just after 10 minutes, the Lights behind, and Bennett pulled them level. So we will wrap this one up on the other side. Las Vegas, still 3 games to find that elusive last couple points to get into the playoffs for sure.
For over 85 years, Labor's Local 872 and Las Vegas have teamed up to change the world of entertainment, sports, and economic development. Labor's Local 872 is a proud member of Team Vegas. From 1937 to today, Local 872 has been moving Las Vegas forward. Our members built the Hoover Dam Extension Bridge, finished City Center, expanded our roads, and made Vegas the biggest stage in sports. Vegas is ready. It's game time.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we'll be by your side through every moment of life's journey, from big life changes to small celebrations and everything in between, because we prioritize people over profit. Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
Mi raza bonita, desde 1991 hemos compartido nuestras tradiciones mexicanas. Desde muy temprano, nuestros panaderos empiezan a elaborar los bolillos y el pan dulce. Y las tortillas todos los días salen calientitas. Le digo algo, mi raza bonita, lo que está hecho en la bonita, está hecho en Las Vegas.
Tonight's match was presented by the Nevada Donor Network, by Great Clips, and by U.S. Bank. Well, we've got some news coming for you. Las Vegas and Orange County finished 1-1. 16th minute. Skip into our match highlights presented by Great Clips.
Fantastic secondary movement from Chris Hagar. This back line for Las Vegas are dropping into the spaces at the cutback. Really clever from Hagar. Even better finish to continue the momentum. Going back the other way, give credit to Hafferty. Steps up, picks a pocket, and Gandu, his decision-making, his patience, allow players to get in and around that 18-yard box. Talk about a fantastic ball in. Fantastic header. Down into the ground. Not even a courtesy dive from Shetler. Back across where it came from. Textbook header. Draws even. 1-1.
When it's good highlights, these Great Clips brought to you by Great Clips. And indeed, the highlights, very good, nearly brilliant.
Fantastic strike from Valentin Noel. It's off the crossbar and on up the backside of Shetler. Thankfully goes back the other way. The ball in from Zubak. But this is some save from Marosa Reina. The ball comes back across. The athletic ability. Big bear call to push it wide of his near post. And that's how we end this game 1-1.
Well, take a look at this. Las Vegas has indeed clinched. So this needed 3 different results to happen today. And it's been brought to our attention that indeed they have. Tulsa and San Antonio both failed to take the allotment. And as a result, moving up to 47 points, they are now out of reach for number 9 and 10. Dennis Sanchez's side is going to the playoffs for the first time in club history. 7 long years. They have locked a top 8 position in the first year under new ownership. What a moment tonight for Las Vegas. Well, they knew a win would guarantee it, but the results that concluded earlier tonight do the job.
Fantastic. Well-deserved for Las Vegas Lions. You look at this side where they were at the start of this 2024 season, not even knowing if they would have a full roster. To turn around to write their name into the playoffs of 2024, it's a fantastic achievement for its side, well-deserved.
US Bank offers these match stats. Las Vegas and Orange County finish 1-1. Chance for your final thoughts.
Just not enough quality in the final third for either side, but if you are Danny Stone, you start to put your fingerprints all over the identity of Orange County. Now how you turn this performance on the defensive side of the ball and get more attacking opportunities higher up the field. And for the Las Vegas Lions, you're fantastic. Well-deserved playoffs in 2024, but yet big opportunity to continue to fight for a home playoff match.
Las Vegas, you finally have a team you can truly be proud of. A playoff team. Will they play at home in the opening round? That's still to be determined. 3 more games remain. But this draw tonight does the job with other results in tow. Las Vegas, a 1-1 draw against Orange County. For the first time, they're headed to the postseason.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.